Okay, so a lot of you know this, but sometimes I do stand-up comedy on the side. And I've been doing that now for almost 5 years. And I like doing stand-up comedy a lot, but I don't like really knowing people in the audience. I'd much rather just tell jokes to a room full of people I don't know than knowing people in the audience, in particular my family. I am not a fan of having my family in the audience for a lot of logical reasons, like you don't want to tell, masturbation jokes in front of your mom. Not that I even tell masturbation jokes, but still, like other comics do, and whatever. I don't like my parents and my entire family being there because they just notice things about you too. I don't even like my girlfriend being there. Like they see that my cheeks turn red when I get on stage, and like all these things, the nervous tics, like this left hand just talks like this the whole time. They all analyze that stuff, but people that don't know me, they just think that's fine and natural and it's not a big deal. So I'd much rather always perform to a room full of people I don't know. Well, a few years ago, I entered into a contest in Wilmington, where I'm originally from, and because it was right down the street, my parents came. Actually, I don't know that my mom came, but my dad was definitely there, and I know my sisters were there. And it was a comedy contest, but the rules were very loose. The only real rule was that it had to be original comedy. And I ended up losing horribly in that contest to a little girl who had memorized a sketch from Mad TV and then performed that sketch. Only no one realized it was a sketch from Mad TV. And I didn't want to be the guy who was like, hey, that little girl just memorized something from TV and beat me. I also lost to a lady, what's her name? Dame Edna impersonator, which is weird, but that's who I lost to. So I was very embarrassed. That was the first time I ever did stand-up comedy in front of my dad. That happened. It was horrible. So my dad really didn't come to many shows after that, which was fine by me. But about a month ago, he came to a big contest that I was in Philadelphia. And I've gotten much better at comedy since then, too, mind you. So I'm in this contest at Helium Comedy Club. It's called Philly's Funniest Person Contest. And then in the first round of the contest, who advances is based on audience votes. And there's 14 people that perform on each night, and there's like 155 people in the contest altogether. So you try to have as many people you know as possible show up. So this is the one time that I kind of want my family to show up, and they do. And I tell some jokes, and I was okay. I was pretty funny. And my parents were there, and they were scoring, and they got into a little argument about how you properly score. Now, the way it works is you have to score every comedian you see. 1 being the best, 14 being the worst, but you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, on down to 14, so everybody gets ranked. And then they add up the scores at the end of the night, and the top 3 people go on to the next round. Well, my mom, she got it right. 1's the best, 14's the worst. But my dad argued with her, and I didn't find out about this, mind you, the next day. But my dad argued with her that no, 14 is the best, and 1 is the worst. So they both did it their own way. Now, when I found out about this the next day, I was like, Dad, you gave me a 14? And he goes, no, I gave you an 11. Which means that my dad didn't want me to advance to the next round. I think he was trying to be nice by saying 11 because he felt really bad by saying 14. But in hindsight, it really is just like, yeah, he didn't have me advance to the next round. Basically because I don't think he wanted to have to drive into downtown Philly anymore. So that's my story. My dad, if you don't find me funny, it's okay, neither does my dad. I'm just kidding. He finds me funny. It's not that bad. It's not sad. I love my dad.